Hi, beautiful Sagittarius. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. I'm just going to dive right into your reading. This is your love reading starting today on the 6th of October. I believe we're in 2020 and just onwards, really. So let's see what's going on for you, Sagittarius, in the near future around love. Wow, I didn't even have time to explain how I do this. So I'm using the Archangel Power Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue. I get two basic general cards to start with to see like the overall vibe around you guys, and then I'm gonna go in deeper into your relationship, get more information about you, perhaps get more information about them and you guys as a couple together. And it's a beautiful process that starts here. We get number 2 and number 3 just jumps out like this. So there's an immediate process here. There's a progress and a process for sure. Bear with me. I'm so freaking used to, I have a new computer and I have a new camera. And I'm so freaking used to have it be mirrored. And so I'm doing everything in reverse, and now when I'm back like to normal, I don't know how to behave. It's really weird. And so when I feel like going one direction, it's going in the other direction. So just bear with me. Okay, so here we have 2 of Gabriel and we have 3 of Gabriel. So it's 2 cards with the orange border. Let's do this 2 first. 2 cards with the orange border. The orange border is all about the sacral energy center. That's your creative center. That's your sexual center. It's coming alive again, and it's a process. I feel like there's, for some of you guys, perhaps this has been quite numb. Like you could have literally have no action going on, if you know what I mean, and no creative passions going on, like feeling like you don't know where you belong creatively, passion wise, not sort of thinking about your purpose. What's your purpose in life? And then also feeling like you don't know where you belong when it comes to relationships. But with this 2 of Gabriel, it sort of doesn't necessarily reset everything. But there's a starting over or a starting again type of feeling here. So it could literally be for both, if you're already in a committed relationship or if you're single, a starting over. So if you're single, this is like, okay, so you might have been single for a while, Sagittarius, and the feeling of beginning again, like, okay, I'm going to get into this whole relationship thing. I want a relationship now. I'm ready now. If you're in a committed relationship, there's something that has happened in the past that makes you go, let's do this again. Let's start over. Let's meet again. Let's connect again. Almost like couples retreat, couple counseling or couples therapy or something like that. Not for all, obviously, but this is like starting over, starting fresh. It could also mean, I just get now, you could have been separated due to the pandemic, and people coming together now more and more in certain countries. This could literally mean that you guys have been wanting to be together, but it hasn't been time yet until now, okay? 2 is all about conversation, communication in relationships, and this is being shown as a homosexual couple, which I adore, that it's not just being portrayed as the heterosexual typical, it's just more people being shown. And you see on the bottom there, it really made up, like being really clear. So if you want to read it out, you should. I'm not heavily drawn to it. I'm heavily drawn to the dome. I've learned that it's called a dome. This rainbow that sort of is on top of you guys, which if you're single, it's a bad analogy because it's not every person agrees and not every person knows how to relate. But this is the analogy that I get. Like we're calling it the baby bubble, like the very beginning of like a baby bubble. If you just recently had a child and you're staying in this sort of baby bliss, which I'm sorry to say, like 50% don't agree with that, and I'm one of them. It's not really bliss at the very beginning, or at least it hasn't been for me due to various things. But I know I'm just destroying this whole romantic, beautiful thing by saying, just so you know, it's not that happy when you have a baby. Okay, just completely killing that one. So let's just erase that and just go into some. I don't know why I got that analogy though. I'm always trusting whatever comes, and so whatever I'm being given, it's like I don't want to start to erase it, or I don't want to start to tweak it because it's not honest. Then it's not authentic. So maybe it's important that some of you guys just get that little hint that it's okay to not feel completely just out of your head, heart, happy in the very beginning of having received a baby. And perhaps that's what's going on if you're in a committed relationship. That you will find your way back. There is a starting over. There is a reset button here somewhere. Other than that, if you're single, what I tried to say is that there's this bubble of bliss. It's like you're meeting this person and there's this bubble of bliss. You're getting into this dome, under this huge bubble, and you're staying inside of it for quite a bit. So I feel like for some of you guys, you're just about to enter into this relationship and you don't want to come out of it for quite a while. And then I see this like on top of that dome or on top of that rainbow, I'm almost getting this Milky Way feeling. It's just, if you see, it's like a lot of stars there. It's a clear sky and what it looks like clouds. Perhaps you see them as clouds. To me, I see them as just 1 billion gazillion stars. It's like clusters of stars. So that's why I get the Milky Way. So I feel like this is divinely orchestrated. This is something that was always meant to be, Sagittarius. It was always meant to be. And then we have number 3. So 2 and 3. So it's like a process here. We're meeting this person or we're starting over in terms of committed relationships. 3 is all about creativity, fun, joy, happiness, feeling that happily ever after type of vibe. And this is definitely your ship coming in. Your beautiful ship is coming in. And we have some sort of Phoenix rising happening here because we have that in the sails. So the flag is showing sort of just the wings, or that you've come a long way. And either you're ready, I wanted to focus. Either you're ready to go or you're ready to receive. Like, no matter how you like turn this around, it's your ship is coming in. So whether this is you going to see somebody, whether this is you attracting somebody into your life, whether you're in a committed relationship and you're starting over, like you want to go on this journey with this already person, you're packed, like your bags are packed and you're ready to go. It's really, really beautiful. And again, there with the orange border, creativity and sexuality is at its going to be at its peak, because we have a process. So you're opening up again. You're going to start to feel more and more in alignment with who you are and more in alignment with your purpose. And for some of you meeting your person right now or in just a very near future, you will feel like almost just as they enter into your life, there's going to be like a trigger situation. If you've been wanting to do something for a while, if you have a particular interest in some type of work, and in comes this person, and it's like just them showing, just their energy surrounding you sparks that within you. It's almost like watching a movie, and that movie sort of contains certain things, certain elements, and or listening to a piece of music or whatever. And when as you listen to it or as you watch it, it just ignites those feelings of, oh wow, like that's what I want to do. This is my longing. This is what I want to do. So there's some sort of connection there between this person and your passion. Okay? So we want to go deeper and we want to Wow. And we want to find out more about this beautiful relationship and your journey in it. So what immediately came out, oh, how beautiful. We talked about it already here with the Phoenix rising, and like as a, what was this, a little painting, it almost looks like here in the sail with the Phoenix rising here. And here we have the actual Phoenix rising. This is from the beautiful card deck, Mystical Wisdom. It's just absolutely adorable. It's gorgeous. It says Epiphany on the bottom and seek clarity. What I feel with this card is there has been a Phoenix rising journey. So in terms of you getting to the place where you're at right now in terms of your love life, it has been, we have many names for it, but like the Phoenix rising journey, dark night of the soul, it was shitty. It was not fun there for a bit. And you have seemed to come out of it. And there seems to be some sort of epiphany, some sort of great idea. The whole essence of you just feels like you've come to some sort of insights or recognition about yourself, knowing truly who you are. And on one side there you have heaps and heaps of birds, which the birds for me speaks about freedom. It speaks about you feeling free, you feeling like you're more and more releasing yourself to become who you truly are. But also freedom from, I guess that's a result from being who you really are. You're going to start to surround yourself with things that makes you feel free. But this freedom seeking path, I feel, has been very important for you, and you really are stepping into it. On the other side, perhaps you see it. It's so many butterflies, you can't count them. It looks like it's just color, but it's just butterflies upon butterflies. So the transformation that you've been doing, it's like your whole life has been a big transformation. You're probably on some sort of major spiritual opening, awakening path. And knowing Sagittarius, you're not only probably a student at times, you're probably a teacher of some sort in terms of the spiritual path. And so this just means that, okay. So when I get that, it's almost like I hear you guys say, no, I'm not a teacher. A teacher in the spiritual realm can literally be a friend. A friend that just stands, like you just stand in your light. You just show the path for other people. You tend to be that person that everybody comes to. You're the friend, you're the center friend that people calls when they are in trouble or when they want to talk their issues or whatever. You could be a literal teacher, like a true teacher. But you're definitely a student of the spiritual. And it goes hand in hand. And it's really beautiful how you come in, sometimes being a student and sometimes being the teacher. This is why I feel like the freedom is so important for you. Like you stand on your own 2 feet and that you really, really know who you are. And you understand that it's not no one other person that sort of fulfills that. Like we're so fed with the Hollywood movies and all of that. Like you complete me and that bull crap. Nobody else can complete you but you. And I think you know that. I just want to say though, because we have the peacock feathers there on the bottom. And if you listen to me before, you know that peacocks and unicorns are my indicator that a soulmate connection is real. I was going to say is near. It's probably real as well. And so this is what you have grown into. Yes, you are a student at times, but you're becoming this teacher. You've come out of this, like call this my Phoenix Rising dancing. It's not like we're barely getting by. This is you thriving. This is you feeling that transformation and you feeling that freedom really coming into your own. And having those peacock feathers there on the very, very bottom, it just shows that you're so on your way to be so full within yourself. And so now the attraction point to another person is huge. It's like, okay, the person now that you're able to attract is beyond anything else you've ever attracted before, because you're so different. Also, if you're in a committed relationship, I feel like this is the change that has happened within you can literally change so much with an already existing relationship. You might think that you have it like down, like this is the person that you're with and this is how they always act and react. But, you know, the people around you, normally a person that we want to rule out, that we want to sort of say, this is not working. If you do the work and you change and shift the way that I feel like you've done, the version of another person that you're already with can be absolutely tremendous, like really, really big shift. So the beautiful thing is now you're attracting, whether you're in an already committed relationship or you're single and you're attracting this new person, it's next level relationship stuff, okay? And this is what you've become. This is very much my Virgo card. So you might be dealing with a Virgo somehow. You might have strong placement in Virgo yourself. But just look at you. This is like... this card is called Self-reliance. Don't be afraid to fly solo. It's exactly what I've been describing here. It's like the feeling of you can go it alone. You probably at some point even said, you know, I actually literally don't need another person. And when you reach that place where you don't need another person, you couldn't be better relationship material if you tried. And you won't attract better relationship material if you tried. Because when you're this full, when you're this complete within yourself, when you are so aligned, like, do you see how aligned you are with the stars? It's just so telling how all the rays that goes out from you are just connecting in with each and every star system. It's like, this is what I mean with this awesome spiritual journey that you're on simultaneously with trying, I wanted to say trying, so I'm going to stick to it, trying to find your path here on planet Earth. So perhaps you even have had more trouble to find your place here than connecting in with the higher realms. But having that said, you're so committed to yourself and you're so in alignment with yourself that you might have one point felt like, I don't need another person. Why have another person when I'm doing so good on my own? But this is a love reading, and I want to tell you, this is the love of a century. That's a good title. The love of the century, because there's no more hassle, there's no more debates, there's no more conflict. If you've grown exponentially before, if you've matured so much and learned so much through disagreements and hardship through relationships before, that's not where you're going to seek it anymore. And you also know by now what it is that you want in another person, because you're whole yourself. You don't seek out another person to complete something for you or to grow or mature something within you. No, I can't pass that up. You're not seeking another person to grow something within you. Take that however you want. But yeah, I mean, literally, and I can't also not pass this up. Like, where am I now? My good friend said, think of it as the sort of whole image is coming through the card. So I'm pointing like on the other side. Yeah, that makes sense. This right here and those other guys here on the other side, it looks like huge sperm to me. Don't judge. Maybe it's your, because I'm blaming it on you. I'm projecting it on you. It's your sexual and creative chakra that is opening up. So like you're very, very much in alignment, and you're not seeking out another person to complete you anymore, because you're lonely, because you're bored, because you feel like, you know, this is just have another person because it's just more fun. It's more fun to do stuff with another person where you can completely be yourself with. And then those huge magnolias are there. Magnolias just keep showing up everywhere now, it feels like, representing the love, the purity and the love. So really beautiful. What else can we give to Sagittarius around this beautiful relationship? There's definitely stars aligning, stars in alignment, star family, star constellation. I've said star more times than I can count now, so perhaps there's an Aquarius vibe somewhere. What else can we give to Sagittarius, please? I'm feeling it coming in. There you go. Wow. I haven't seen this in a while. I love this. So you get the dragonfly, and first I just want to say, I get the dragonfly almost as a name. Maybe that's a bit weird. I don't know who's being born and you're naming your child Dragonfly, or somebody has been named, like perhaps it's a nickname, or it's a Dragonfly, or it's a name of a company, or I almost see this as a tattoo or something, like either somebody actually literally tattooed the word dragonfly, or you've tattooed a dragonfly. So there's something very specific for maybe just one person out there, that this message is really for you to sort of open your eyes and really listen to what's being said in this message. But under that, this card is representing I just love when this happens, because you sort of have to reach a certain point to get this card. And I don't mean to sound arrogant towards every other person, but you have come further. You have come further than most. You're very, very unique in the way that you're so complete in yourself that you don't need another person anymore. You don't need that other stuff to fulfill you. You understand that alignment with your inner being. And so when that happens, we get the dragonfly. And the dragonfly in this very image doesn't represent a dragonfly. You see that, right? It represents the union, the hybrid. So if we talk about soulmate on the 3D plane, let's talk about hybrid on the 5D plane. It's like a hybrid here in this picture. This is actually a dragon with fly wings. It's not a dragonfly. So we're taking two species and blending them together. And that's what I feel happens. Is like, okay, so when you're that full of yourself, in a good sense, not that we say like, oh, they're so freaking full of themselves. This is you being full. Your cup is overfloweth. You're being full of yourself. You're being in alignment. And when you're in this alignment and you blend, then it's not a projection onto somebody else. I need you to be this or do this or say this or behave in this way, or I'm not happy. You're good you're fine. Like, you're good. Behave, do, act, be, are, whatever you want to be, I'm still good. You reach that place, you attract another person who literally are the same. Then happens this hybrid mesh. Then it's like we're blending the two, and it becomes like two species, two different people becomes one. And we have like such a unique, it's not twin flame, it's not soulmate, it's not, although it is all of that as well, but it's like next level. It's not two dragons, it's not two flies, it's not two dragonflies, it's a dragon and a fly. We have two species becoming a hybrid, and it's sort of next level stuff here. I adore it, and I adore this card. I need to focus again. Look at this path and how she is so earthy. Like she's come up from underground and just being so one with nature and one with all. I adore this. I'm going to take this into the extended and see what else I can find out about this beautiful hybrid situation. So if you somewhat resonate with this, the link is in the description box down below. If this is where we go our separate ways, then thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you back soon. Bye, guys.